my gosh, you guys. So I made some pho. And I've learned now just to get a few jalapenos from the store because I don't make it enough, or use jalapenos, I should say, enough before they rot. So I only get like 2 or 3. Oh my god, this last batch is so hot. My lips are on fire. Broth is excellent though. Soup is excellent. And outside, it is probably just as hot as my jalapeno. Today I think it ended up being like 89, I want to say. So it is what it is, I guess. It's coming. But I'm also really upset about something. Check this out. So I ordered a couple things off of Amazon. One was a purple hair dye that I have been waiting to use. It's like 20 bucks. So it's not super cheap, but it says permanent hair dye. And I'm hoping that that means that it's going to stay in my hair a lot better, because if you can tell, look at all this. It's just chaos. This was Splat. Remember I used Splat? I don't recommend Splat at all. Anyways, when I open the door, look at this packaging. Now I understand that Amazon has a bunch of packages to deliver, but I pay for those packages to be delivered. Okay, the reason I'm mostly upset is this. Let me throw that down. My diamond art, look at it. And this is the last one that Amazon was selling of this heart that I have. I don't think you can see the picture, but there's the heart. Yeah, you can't really see it. But I don't even know. So I went ahead and reported that my delivery was awful, and give it a thumbs down, and then said why. And I even snapped a picture that the Amazon driver sends me in my email to tell me that my items have been delivered, so that I can show them in case they're like, like questioning my complaint or whatever. But the hair dye was opened. Like, it's almost like somebody purchased it and then sent it back. But I don't even know. So anyways, when I pulled it out of the other packaging, it had leaked out, and I didn't get any purple on me, but I put it back in. And then I reported that too, because it's like, I have waited almost 2 weeks for this hair dye to come. And then it comes and it's like open. I'm like, how's that possible? I mean, the package was okay, but once you opened it, you could clearly tell that it had been smashed. So, I don't know. Anyways, now that's my thing. I'm just upset about that. So my jalapeno in my pho is hot, and my soul is hot today because I just wanted to start a new diamond art project, add to my heart collection, and dye my hair purple. But when I look at it, look at the bigger picture, I guess I don't have to worry and complain too much, because at least I'm alive. I can take a walk. I can take breaks in eating my soup because my tongue is on fire. And I get Charlie tomorrow. And that's always fun. So I may end up going ahead and seeing if I can flatten out this diamond art. It's kind of on the edge, so I'm thinking that if I lay it out for a week or two under something heavy, it will probably be just fine. But it wasn't free. Even if it was, it shouldn't come like that. It shouldn't arrive in tattered shape. It was a little bit more pricey because it is a heart. So, I don't know. Anyways, such is life, right? Such is life. So, another thing that happened is I had to get a TB test done. Oh, Somebody is cooking steak. I can smell it. It smells delicious. Smokey's laying on his little couch over there, and he just got a whiff too. I still don't have a screen door on my patio, so I'm just hoping there's not too many bugs that come flying in the door. But I went to DaVita and had to get a TB test because I have to have it once a year. So tomorrow is Friday, and I have to go to the East Campus, which is nice. My PD nurse, who's a traveling PD nurse, arranged so that I could go to East Campus and have them read it, because it is literally like I walk in, I extend my arm, they glance at it, I'm done. And to have to drive all the way over to West would be such a drag, although I have done it. Now, I tell you, the last time I went to West, it was 45, almost an hour, actually. Yeah, it's 50 minutes to get there. I don't know what was going on with traffic, but it was bumper to bumper, every red light. It was chaos. And my appointment was at 8. I left here at 7:30, because usually it's about 20-30 minutes, give or take. And I rolled up there at like 8:20. And I felt really bad. But, you know, there's certain spots that kind of back up, so that's where I text. So I wasn't like texting and driving, but once I hit a red light, I texted him and said traffic is just terrible. So thankfully they had 2 nurses going that day, because, you know, it's one thing to be late, but it's also, you know, inconsiderate, because other people want to be seen too. And so I didn't want to take up their time, but I got my blood drawn. So this time, when I go back, I'll know if my new binder is working well, because now I've taken it for almost a month. I think it'll be fine, but we'll see. Also, it's always interesting to talk to different nurses, because you just get used to the one you have. And really, in a lot of ways, it's kind of nerve-wracking, because you don't want a new nurse. You know, you want somebody who you're familiar with, who's already knows who you are and what's going on with you, or whatever the case may be. At least I am, you know, and I think it's because I'm just a very consistent person. So it's always kind of startling when I get a new nurse. But this nurse is one I've had before, and she and I were talking, because pretty much people always remember me because of my glasses, which is on Zulu. I think that's what it's called, Zulu, on Facebook, if you're interested. And the glasses frame themselves, I want to say, were like $10. And of course, it costs more for your lens and all of that, the prescription, depending. So I think altogether it ended up being about maybe $50 for this pair. But I tell you, people remember me with them. So we talked about that, and she was gardening and telling me how she loves to grow vegetables. And I got 4 baby cherries off of my little patio cherry plant. Bush? Tree? Anyways, I was just going to give it a go and see what would happen if I got one of those little cherry plants. But there are times that I like to cut it up and throw it in an omelet, or have it like bruschetta. I think that's how you say it. Bruschetta. So good. Now that sounds good. Although I gobbled up my 4 cherry tomatoes, I can't resist it. But there are more babies on there growing, so hopefully I'll have enough in a week or 2 to make a bruschetta piece of toast. I have tried basil before, and I think Tucson heat just slaughters them. I think I've been told by people who have been successful with basil that they just leave it in those like watering lettuce plant things, so they're consistently in water. And I did some transplant lately of plants, and I have a what's it called? Coleus. I have a coleus plant that I realized was doing really good, and I transplanted it into a bigger pot, and I realized it had been kind of sitting in water the whole time. And so now I'm really watching it, because I used to have a coleus outside in the straight shade of a house I lived at like 10 years ago. And that plant was huge. It loved it there. I don't know why. It was in a pot. It was beautiful. I loved it. I've never been able to get another one to grow like that. And this one is staying inside. So I'm trying to get it to kind of toughen up a little bit so it could be a little bit maybe outside on the patio. I don't know. I don't want to risk it. So I keep watching it because I don't want it to wilt and die. I'm hoping that it'll be fine. So again, the weather is heating up, so I need to make sure that I water all my plants again and get that back into the rotation. Although I cannot overwater my succulents, because you guys know that I kill them every single time. I tell you what, that's my life. Eating really hot pho, getting TB tested, and killing plants, apparently. So anyways, I'm going to let you go. Things are good here. Tomorrow I find out whether I have tuberculosis, which I know I don't. So, but what was weird too is like when she took blood, usually like my veins are real nice. Like I've always been complimented on my veins. So when she took blood, I noticed that when I took the bandage off, it had bled quite a bit, which is a little disturbing, because I'm like, I don't normally have that happen. So I'm sure it's fine. But I just don't want to get to the point where it's like I can't use this arm because the vein is used up or whatever. I don't know if that happens with regular just blood work, but I don't want it to happen. So anyways, okay, that's about it. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.